What's up, ladies and gentlemen? chuckfinleLP here with Let's Play Sonic Generations Part 12. We are now going to begin the challenges for Rooftop Run. I started them in Part 11, thinking that I was going to be able to finish it, but sadly I was not able to. So here we go. Dash ring 1, 2, 3. Pass through all dash rings in order and reach the goal before time runs out. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was a challenge for Modern Sonic in City Escape. I'm pretty sure it was because it was a 2D section, and I'm pretty sure it was for Modern Sonic. But there you go, Classic Sonic gets his own. These aren't too, these aren't too difficult. I'm sure they gave you extra, like within City Escape. But this being Rooftop Run, and the way Rooftop Run is set up, I would not be surprised if it was actually a little bit more difficult. It almost looked like it gave me a double jump, but maybe that was just a red star, or the orange dash ran. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, you can see here, you have 55 to get this time. And that'll always make it more difficult. I haven't talked about it because it hasn't been really useful. I've usually just spin dash underneath something like that, or under somewhere where you need to spin dash. But you can crouch with with Classic Sonic if you need to, or you want to. You can either push down with the left analog stick, or the directional buttons. Okay, you want to time this one to get through here both fast and without taking any damage. With the left analog stick, the directional button down on the directional pad, or with the circle button. Or you can just immediately go into the spin dash by using the square, whichever works. Alright, let's see how we get up there. Okay, so all you have to do is just jump on the platforms to make them moving. A lot of platforms will actually do that in this game, which kind of goes against what platforms normally do. Okay, you have to get through this one quickly, which goes against most normal platforms. A lot of platforms that move are already moving, and you have to time it just right to be able to make it move. This one, sadly, does not seem to give me any extra ones, so that kind of tells me that there will not be any extra ones in the City Escape one as well. I don't know. There was an upper section there, so I may be wrong, but they usually don't have two of the same kinds of challenges be different from each other. So Flying Battery Zone, which debuted in Sonic the Hedgehog, actually Sonic and Knuckles, and you saw it there in the background. Alright, so Charmy, don't bug me. Watch out for Charmy, reach the goal in time while avoiding Charmy. So this is one of those friend challenges where the friend or ally will try to harm you in some way, or will be a pain to you. We've already seen several of those going on through. I would not be surprised if I could actually hit Charmy, but I'm thinking he will be like Rouge and hard to get. I don't know. He may actually come charging at you. Okay, so they were just warning, Child that was warning you about the fountains there, but I wouldn't, they seem to be a little bit more useful than actually harmful. I don't know, maybe you have to get the timing just right. Okay, so that's what Charmy's doing. He's activating the fountains, so I guess all you have to do is just race him if the fountains give you trouble. So not too difficult. Oh, okay, so they can drop barrels on you now. And that gives him plenty of time to set off more fountains. So all it is just you just have to race Charmy to the end. The fountains will sometimes help you, most of them won't. As you can see here, some will drop the red barrels. The sphere-shaped ones will drop barrels. The ones that look kind of like drums will be fountains, and all you have to do is just race Charmy. All you have to do is just avoid the fountains and just try to get to the end. As I said, some of the fountains earlier on in the stage will help you, but it seems like here in this portion they will not help you at all. And there we go. Not too difficult. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult. Sadly, it did not look like I could hit Charmy, but because he has to stop to start the fountains and the barrel spheres, that kind of plays into your advantage that you don't have to worry about bouncing off of him. If you remember with Rouge, with her challenge, you can actually bounce off of her, and that would send you up into the air, which could potentially mess you up and throw your timing off. If you wanted to time a jump just right or something, and you hit her by mistake, that that could be very bad for you. All right, I thought I was gonna clip it a little bit easier because you have to get to that one pretty fast. Okay, so there you go. Artwork 121. And this one should be the last one, I think. One ring challenge 2. Reach the goal with only one ring. I don't. Maybe that was in. It wasn't in City Chemical Plant Zone because that was with Modern Sonic. I don't remember the first one with with Classic Sonic. That might have been in Green Hill Zone. I really don't remember right now. But this being Rooftop Run, it's probably going to be very difficult. So far so good, but we haven't gotten to the harder duty sections yet, so yeah, there you go. They got spikes that'll get you now. And you can see what they'll do. They're, oh dear. Yep. I don't want to be around there anymore. You can see you can jump off pretty quickly. You want to do that as fast as you can. Timing for this one will definitely help. I'm sure you could spin dash underneath it, but it's best just to wait so that you can jump on top of them. Watch out for the egg. Oh dear. I was going to say watch out for the egg launcher. I was going to try to bounce on top of him, and I didn't think those spikes were there. So yeah, not too difficult, especially this being Rooftop Run. Now, if you've noticed, the egg launchers do kind of have a startup sequence where they will spin around before they actually will launch the rockets at you, and that kind of tells you when they will. Ouch! Oh crap! When they will actually launch the rocket at you. Most of the robots, I guess they shoot off. They can shoot a little faster than I thought they would. I was gonna say they can. Most of the robots have some sort of startup sequence where they will either wind up like the egg fighters with the punching egg fighters, where they'll kind of wind up. You can see their fist glow white, and they will get ready to attack you. The sword wielding ones will kind of glow white as well. The swords will, so you can tell when they are going to attack. The egg launchers will kind of spin around, and that will tell you, okay, they're going to shoot their rockets now. The arrow chasers, you can see the ends of their barrels glow kind of orange. So that means they're about to fire off their shot. Oh, okay, so you can actually get through there pretty fast, but I'm sure it's timing based, like a lot of the stuff is. It's just timing based, which kind of has a little bit of luck mixed into it. So you do have to be careful. You can't expect every time to make it. And there you go. You saw the egg fighters wind up, and the wind up for, okay, I guess they spin the sword around with I guess they spin their whole wrist around, but all right. Yeah, okay. You can see the sword kind of glows white there, meaning when they're about to swing the sword. I guess their startup sequence could be considered when they spin their wrist around. Not too difficult so far. There we go. Okay, so there is a 10-second clock up there if you want to use it. If you want to bounce on the arrow cannons, I don't, because I don't care about the time. But if you do, it's up there for you to get. What I have to do is just, you can either you don't want to mess around too long. You don't want to waste 10 seconds or more trying to get 10 seconds, because then it's useless. But okay, so there we go. That's the end. There is some color being restored. I don't think the clock tower in the background will get restored. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think the clock tower in the background would get restored just yet, but all you have to do is just bounce on top of the arrow chasers to get that one up top. Anyway, so I'll start over here, and then we'll change to Modern Sonic. I don't think Modern Sonic should have. Yeah, because Turn Road. Well, yeah, Modern Sonic should already have one done here, so this should be fairly quick and easy to get through. All I have to do is just do the doppelganger race, and this is the second time I've started with a doppelganger race for Modern or. Yeah, this is actually the first time I've started a challenge or a level, or a zone. The first two challenges that I started with, or the first challenge I started with Classic and Modern Sonic was the Doppelganger. I usually try to wait for them to last, but that's just how they've started up. The one on the bottom was I wanted to get that one down there and then work my way up, but this is, I'm just going to kind of do it backwards here since I'm already up here. It's not too difficult to get up to this section that I'm at, but it does, it's just a little bit more convenient this way. So I guess the egg launchers have 4 rockets instead of just 2, so I don't know, maybe they can't actually get like reload their rockets. I'm not sure. I haven't paid that much attention to them to actually see, and I'm going the wrong way. I'm not really losing the Doppelganger, but I've missed my regular route going through here. Oh crap. Okay, that was bad. Sitting here too worried about the Doppelganger being really close to me. Now, if you do get hit by the barrels, it's not that bad. You don't get quite. It doesn't mess you up as bad as you might think. You know, it kind of gives you a little bit of distance on the other barrels so that you can kind of get a better sense of what they're going to be when they actually drop, instead of, you know, being right on them and then potentially taking damage. Potentially taking damage from them dropping on top of you. And so it's not always a bad thing to kind of fall behind with the barrels, but, you know, obviously you don't want to do it just for time reasons. But if time doesn't bother you, it's not, you know, the end of the world if you do end up taking damage with the barrels early on. Oh, whoa. I guess I usually go this way. I hope. I didn't mean to jump there, but I was just trying to. I'm just thinking speed at this point, which is okay. I thought I was gonna fall. I was gonna say which is sometimes not a good thing, but looks like I'm doing okay. That was probably a lower and slower route. So yeah, because I didn't go through the. Oh no, okay, here it is. I was gonna say I didn't go through this quick step section, but. Thankfully, I didn't miss it yet. Now, you can actually gain quite a bit of time through there if you don't get caught on the walls. You can gain a little bit of time there as well. One good thing that I will say, well, no, I guess it's a bad thing. They made that section a little bit more fluid than they did in the original. In the original, you know, you're running a straight line while you use the quick step. In this one, it's, you know, you can move around, kind of like in this section. You know, you can move around wherever you want to. But in the original, or in Sonic Unleashed, it was, you know, you ran in a straight line. You couldn't move. You could either move a little bit or not at all. I don't remember exactly because I never actually tried to use it in that game. I always knew, you know, you always had to stay in a straight line. And sadly, it doesn't look like you can gain too many rings while going through here, through this section, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just happy I was able to finish it pretty quickly. You can gain quite a bit of time, as I said, through the quick step section. Once you get into the quick step section, that is where you can gain quite a bit of time. As you saw with the Doppelganger, he got stuck somewhere. Well, there's actually quite a few places you can gain time. In the first section, you can gain quite a bit of time. In the middle section, with the barrels, you can gain a bit of time there as well. Let's see, where's this going to go? It's going to make me drop. Crap. I could wait for it to come back around this way instead of having to drop down there, but I don't know yet. We'll just see here and see where it's going to go. There we go. Crap. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and drop it, or drop down here. I am all of me. Wow. Okay, which one is I am all of me? I believe that's the theme for the Metal Madness. No, actually, that's the theme for Shadow the Hedgehog. My bad. That's the main theme for Shadow the Hedgehog. Alright, so rooftop run, rail grind. Go boarding across the rooftops and get to the goal in time. Okay, and clear the stage in time. But anyway, so I mean, I guess you just got to grind on the rails. I wouldn't say it's similar to the way that in the original was. that's kind of a good thing that they did keep that out of there. The last section while you're being chased by the arrow chasers, and you have to jump around on those rails. Oh, okay, this is on a board. That's a interesting choice. Very interesting indeed. This isn't a level that I would usually think about riding on a board through here, but you know, hey. Again, you know, you can see those trick ramps there, and you can actually use the quick step on the board. Wow, I never knew that. That's actually pretty cool. Not that it's very useful, but I mean, you know, hey. Now, yeah, it is nice when a game that like this, you know, especially with the challenges, kind of gives you a nice challenge, or at least something that you didn't expect. Like, I never expected, I didn't remember that they had actually had this board section, and I never thought about actually riding a board through this level, and it actually isn't that bad, to be honest. Sadly, you can't get any points while on, or trick points while on the board. You may be able to if you can make the trick ramps, but I'm not too good at that, so I'm not able to gain quite as much time as I would like. Gotta be careful here. I was gonna figure they'd throw something at you, spikes or bombs or something. You can gain some. Okay, so this is where. Wow. This is actually pretty fun. I do have to admit that is actually pretty fun using the board through here. Okay, so thankfully it doesn't seem like you can fly off the rails, but you never know. They did, as I've said before, they've definitely tightened the grinding from the original game, so you don't actually ever get a chance to go to that rail unless you just mess up your drift. I guess what I say, grinding, I meant drifting. Unless you mess up your drifting run so bad that you actually, you know, mess up the point when you're going to use the drift. If you mess it up that bad and then you use it, that's about the only time you can. Vector, pick up the beat. Pass notes back and forth with Vector until the croc misses the beat. Okay, so this is... I don't remember the exact explanation of this. It's kind of like passing something back and forth as fast as you can until one guy misses. This is kind of what it is. You just have to keep passing that note back and forth. Now you can see here what he will do. You have to keep it from touching the ground, and you can see that there is kind of a glowing thing that will tell you where the notes will be. Don't worry about I was gonna say don't worry about where you hit the homing attack, or when you use the homing attack, but you do kind of have to, because you have to line it up. You pretty much have to be heading straight, pretty much head on with the note to be able to hit it. And so that kind of gives you, that kind of presents more of a challenge. All you have to do is just pass 4 notes back and forth, so thankfully it's not too difficult. If you can get it to him fast enough, like if you just immediately jump and then use the homing attack. Oh crap! No. So you can see here, he listens to the music sped up, and then the note changed to yellow or gold. That means it's going to go a lot faster. And then you have to be more precise when you're going to hit it. This one definitely does give me some trouble, just because it's not, the controls for Sonic in this game is not really meant for this type of challenge. Just because you never know where the note will go every single time, and so that definitely does make it very difficult, so that you never can really figure out where it's going to be, all the time, unless you continuously fail. You can just jump into it. Okay, yeah, they're gonna throw one of these. Actually, you just have to make sure that it doesn't touch the ground. Okay, you can actually boost on it. Wow, that's useful if you can actually hit it. But that's the hard part: actually hitting it. And while the homing attack is definitely improved from past Sonic games, it's not the best. Yeah, see, like there, I mean, that should have been able, because they keep it with a lock-on system instead of just being in range. It doesn't make it as useful with a challenge like this. If they would have made it where, you know, kind of like in the Dreamcast era, Dreamcast game Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, or even, you know, Sonic Heroes or Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog, where it wasn't tied to a lock-on system. It was just, you know, if you were in range, you can use the homing attack. If they would have made it like this would be so much more simple. What the? Didn't even think it touched the ground on that one, but you know, because it is like that, you know, it is difficult a difficult challenge to do. And you might think, you know, oh, well, you can just hang in the back for a lot of these notes. Well, no, you know, the notes will change where they are, so you have to kind of be in the middle of this little arena here and just be ready to, you know, to move wherever. And I get, you know, like I said, yeah, pretty much all you have to do is just fail a whole bunch of times and then memorize the pattern. While that doesn't make for a very good Let's Play video, that's pretty much what you have to do, you know. There's no real good strategy for doing this. And because the platforms here will get in your way, always have to watch out for those. Now, I was gonna say, it doesn't matter whether, you know, if you hit it straight on or not, it will still loop around and get to him no matter which angle you use the homing attack in. Okay, so like I said, all you have to do is just pretty much just hit it while you're in a spin jump. No, really? What the hell? Come on, you piece of shit! You have got to be fucking kidding me. Well, I guess that was supposed to be the last one that was gonna end the thing. I don't think there's actually 4 sets of notes. I think all you have to do is just get this one back and forth to him a whole bunch of times, and then you can get it. Didn't mean to use the boost there. I had my thumb tapped the button by mistake. What the? Oh. Now you see, you could say, oh, okay, we can sit right there. Well, no, because the one's in the air. While there's only a few of those, you know, you still have to take into account those that are in the air. And because you want to give yourself a little bit of time to be able to angle it just right, while you don't want to be too far, you know, while you don't want to be too far away from it, and then have it mess up. But especially once it goes here faster, you know, you may miss it initially, and then you say, oh, okay, well, now what am I gonna do? Like, see, like for this one, you don't want to be so far back that it could potentially mess you up. Ah, crap. Ah, that one was my fault. You know, I was trying to see if that stay in the front strategy would work. It seems to work okay for a little while, but until the second time it goes into the air, and then after that you kind of have to stay in the middle here. As I said, the platforms can get in your way a little bit, not too bad though. Usually you can get through the platforms pretty quickly, so that the camera, the camera can get through the platforms pretty quickly, so that it's not a constant pain. Now, every time I'm actually hitting it when I'm not actually, just like with the spin dash, that's just luck. I can't. The only thing I can do is just spin, use the homing attack in that direction, and then hope it sticks. There's no real. What the? Maybe if you touch it when you're not in a spin jump or something. I can remember this one. This challenge actually taken me over 30 minutes to do, and if it does seem to take me, if it seems it's going to take me that long, since you've seen 3 or 4 runs, or I guess actually 4 or 5 runs of this, I will cut the video and then just get to it there, so I don't repeat what I did with like I did in part 11. I would like to finish all this in this one video, so that I can move on to the red star rings. So this will be my final try. Oh crap. If it does seem like if I do mess up again, I will just cut the video, and then I will just wait until that final note at the end there. It seems to go a long way in the wrong direction. And you can see the benefits of staying in the back is you have a longer time to actually get to it, to intercept it. Okay, well, there we go. I guess that's the trick. All you have to do is just threaten to cut the video, and it'll work. Alright, that took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but hopefully it won't be too bad. But I'm happy I was able to do it. That's definitely not one of my favorite. That's one of my least favorite challenges, most definitely. So this is kind of the point where we will see less actual music and more artwork. There's only so many pieces of music that Sega put into the game, and once all that's gone, that are tied to the challenges, then you get more artwork. So barrel ring bonus: smash open barrels to get the rings inside and grab a set number before time runs out, or 4 times, or whatever. Same thing. I'm just sitting here trying to think what that would mean. Probably the barrels will explode and there will be a set number of rings in them, similar to the capsules containing animals, but I don't know for sure. That could be they either come to you or they will explode in a set number, or kind of in a set area. Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. But they do come to you, so you. Oh, okay. So I guess you have to use the egg fighters to break open the barrels. I didn't exactly hear what Omo Chow said, so I wasn't paying attention. Which is always a bad thing. You always want to pay attention, especially when you don't know what exactly you're doing. But it doesn't seem to be too bad. Thankfully, they at least come to you once you hit the. Once you break open the barrel. Sadly, they don't seem to come to you all that well if you use the boost. Maybe they all did. I just wasn't paying attention, or didn't know how many rings I had. Just remember, you do lose 80 rings when you take damage. So just keep that in mind as you are going along through here. And so you have to hit each individual egg fighter into the barrels to actually get the rings to appear. I believe, I was gonna say these rings look like the ones that will disappear after a while, so you want to keep that in mind. Oh crap! Oh, okay, so you can just break them open yourself. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot more useful than having the egg fighters do it. Wow. I was not even paying attention to the time at all. Phew. Glad I got that one done. I was not paying attention to that middle clock at all. I never have really, just because they give you so much time until this challenge. But there we go. So the clock tower should be in the back. That will kind of tell you, that you finished it. All the color is restored now. Maybe it had to color, and that was just the color of the bricks that they used for clock tower. Okay, so this is kind of gonna be the same as the classic Sonic one, so I can kind of tell the pattern that I have to go in to get this one. Oh. There we go. Let the speed mend it. The theme for Sonic and the Secret Rings, the first Wii game, or the first Sonic game to be exclusively on a Wii, for the first Sonic game to be made for a Wii. That was that game. Now we're going to begin Planet Wisp. Use your powers combined. Use the Aqua, Thunder, and Flame Shields to get to the goal safely. Okay. That's an interesting combination. So, I don't remember, but I think they'll have a group of these shields, and you have to pick the right path, or you just have to pick a path, whichever, like you may have a path that's blocked with flames, or lightning, or water. I don't remember exactly. Okay, so I guess you have to pick whichever one's best. Thankfully they do. Thankfully they do seem to reappear again. There we go. Okay. So they do give you the option of choosing 3, and then you just have to pick whichever one's best. In certain situations, only one will be best, but sometimes you can use the bubble shield to bounce up pretty high and use that as a way to get up, or you can use the thunder shield, which I'm going to come back and get actually. But that just kind of gives you, the flame shield obviously is not going to work. So I guess the bubble shield would have actually been more useful through this section, but hey, I like the thunder shield. And thankfully, in this game they don't seem to. Well, I'm sure the flame shield would be, but well, maybe not. I was gonna say that it looks in the original game in Sonic 3, the shields would disappear depending on where you went. So if you went into water, the flame and thunder shields would disappear. But the the aqua shield obviously wouldn't. And so this kind of, this is actually a pretty fun one as well. It gives you multiple paths you can take, and depending on depending on which shield you have or you choose, that kind of limits you where you can and can't go. So that's actually pretty cool. Yep. Okay. So that's cool. They don't take the shields away depending on if you get into the element that is that negatively affects the shield. So water won't hurt the shield. Fire will obviously hurt the aqua shield just because you'll take damage by using it. You get the thunder shield over here again. If I can actually get to it, let's see. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Ah, crap. Just wasting time here, but I want the thunder shield just to help me collect these rings, even though they won't give me anything in the long run. But using the double jump is always fun and useful. And you can also, while you're flashing, you can get by areas that. Okay. You can also get by areas that you'd have to use a shield with. But there we go. That's not too difficult. That was actually pretty fun. That was actually one of the more creative challenges that they've had in the challenge. Giving you different paths you can take, and depending on in certain sections where one shield will obviously be better, but you can use another shield to help you get through there. With some of those areas, we have to use the thunder shield to double jump, but you can also use the bounce ability with the aqua shield. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Well, I missed my chance to get that one, sadly. I still don't like the notes system in this game, but I know kind of where it'll come back to. So if I can reach it before it gets in there, I doubt it, because you can. Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, yeah, whatever works. Okay, so I already did that one, so I got to go up top, which means I have to follow the path that gets you up there, back here at Crisis City. I'll definitely say I don't like this, having to run all the way back to Crisis City to get up to the top of Planet Wisp, to Planet Wisp Zone. I definitely don't like that feature just because it takes too long, but, you know, chase after Blaze. Try to catch Blaze before time runs out, but watch out for the bombs. Okay, so this is kind of another race. She may drop bombs on me. I don't remember exactly, but that would kind of be like Rouge's thing. But there may just be bombs scattered around. You just have to race Blaze through the level. I don't remember, but I don't outside of the doppelganger race. Oh, I was about to. I was about to say that, and I was going to say I was pleasantly surprised that they didn't force you to use the Wisps, this Wisp, yet, but sadly, you know, they obviously did. So you can see the bombs there scattered around, well, don't tell me I went the wrong way. What's the use of this? Oh. Come on. Yeah, there ain't no way I'm gonna catch her now. Oh, okay, so there she is. So she's not too far ahead of me, thankfully. And you can see the clocks that are scattered around everywhere. Come on. Alright, so what are we gonna do? It's almost sometimes just faster to be normal Sonic, or to be Sonic normally, and then just get by wherever you have to go. Was I supposed to catch Blaze? Huh. I could have swore it was Race Blaze, but I guess I wasn't paying attention. I just assumed that is what that was. Wow, that's a pain. Let me make sure. Try to catch Blaze before time runs out, but watch. Oh, okay, I guess I just assumed that meant a race. It wasn't too difficult. Being forced to use the pink Wisp, however, was kind of bad, but thankfully they didn't make it too difficult to use, which is a little bit better. Alright, another signpost. And signpost juggle 2. Don't let the post hit the ground as you get to the goal in time. Remember, like with Crisis City, which I believe I showed off in part... it's part 6, that you can let it hit the ground, but you just don't want to let it spin around and then stop. Once it hits the ground, it will spin, kind of like drilling into place, and then it will, and then you'll fail if it gets to that point. But you know, that kind of gives you leeway if you can't get to it exactly in time, which is always nice. You know, when they give you something like that. Like if you throw it into the fire, you know, and you have to wait for the fire to die. Then you don't have to immediately dive into the fire to get to it, which is always nice. Or you hit it up too high that it gets caught into the things there, the platforms up there. So this will kill an S rank time. Sadly, all I have to do is just I was gonna say all I have to do is just kind of get it low enough that you can get it in there. You can run into it, you can jump into it, no matter what. As long as you hit it or are touching it, it will always fly away. You want to be careful here just because it's going a little bit too high at that height. Oh crap. Oh. So I guess it's just a time deduction, but you still have to race the time. You can see the time in the middle there. You don't want to get the time penalty too high. And I believe it will deduct 5 seconds for every second it sits there, I'm pretty sure. So we'll just jump down there, try to get it through that little hole there. There we go. And not too difficult, it's just tedious and a pain to deal with, especially once it bounces backwards or bounces up somewhere where you can't immediately get to without actually, unless it's in, in a pretty bad spot. But you can kind of tell there, there you go. All you have to do is just set it down there, and this will also kill an S rank run. Having to wait for the signpost. What the? Oh, wow. And also not paying attention and getting into the holding area, but, that's always useful. Thankfully, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Crisis City was also not as difficult as I thought it would be, which isn't, which is definitely. I'm glad they didn't force you to use the pink wisp while going through that. I don't even know how they would make you, force you to use that, but I'm sure it wouldn't have been good. You have got to be kidding me. Well, at least I know I can sit here for about 5 seconds and it will come to me here. There we go. Night of the Wind, which is Sonic the Black Knight's theme, which was the second exclusive Sonic Wii exclusive Sonic game that Sega had made. So this is the Doppelganger Race. Sadly, this does force you to use the pink wisp, because this is just like the normal level, and the normal level forced you to use the pink wisp, sadly. I didn't hate it in Sonic Colors, but I guess that kind of gear or cog type thing that they force you to use just kind of kills the experience with using it with Classic Sonic. And then it just makes it so much more difficult to use and so much of a hassle rather than something that would be nice to use. I mean, they could have used the green wisp or the blue wisp. I mean, shoot, even the yellow wisp, I didn't care for the yellow wisp as much, but I liked it a lot more than the, I definitely liked it a lot more than the pink wisp, by far. And I don't know what it is exactly, just, it's just a pain to use. They definitely made it a lot better, and it catches to stuff. Yeah, those pink gear type things. This is what I'm about to jump on here. Making this a gimmick that wasn't even in the original. They shouldn't have made it. They shouldn't have put this into this game. And I know, it's a reimagining. Maybe it was something they wanted to put in Sonic Colors, and they just didn't have time. I don't know, but I definitely don't like it being in this game. But as I was saying about the pink wisp, they definitely made it a lot easier to use. It definitely grabs onto stuff a lot better. So if you jump onto a wall, you don't have to worry about it missing. It will grab onto it very, very well. You don't have to worry about it at all. And they made using the wisp a little bit more, a lot smoother to use. You don't have to wait as long to change, and if you want to change out of the wisp, you can do it immediately without any downtime or waiting for anything. This is definitely a bad section through here. I guess not too bad if you know where exactly to go, but new players will definitely find it difficult to use through that section. But yeah, all in all, not a... Oh, wow, I guess he went up top instead of down below like I am. Or maybe he is down below and it's just the section that I'm at. Because it kind of looks like I'm backtracking through this section. I don't know whether I am or not. I definitely don't like those caterpillars. What the? Alright, looks like we are kind of in the same area. Come on. Crap. Alright, doing okay so far. I think he's just a little bit ahead of me, but that's nothing that's too difficult. The bad thing here is the rockets. The rockets are definitely a pain. But if you don't have to wait on them, that's always useful. Just wait for the rockets. And, you know, just having to wait. You know, like, in a race like this, it's not very good to wait for something like that. You know, why... I know it's supposed to make it more difficult, and it definitely does, but, you know, why add it in there? And then why make the rockets be able to hit you off, you know, they don't make the rockets actually hit you off of here, but come on. I'll just change back. That'll be a lot better. Sitting here jumping around like that. Hope I can... I'm not in the really bad section yet, but I'm getting there. I can definitely recognize where I am now. And this is the section that will definitely kill a doppelganger race right here, just because it is so difficult. Come on. And they definitely didn't make the jumping very user-friendly in this game. It's definitely very hard and not very fun to jump around. Wow, what the hell? Come on. While you are here. But I guess if you know what you're doing and while using the pink wisp, it may be a little bit easier to use. Alright, let's go. There we go. Grabbing those speed shoes will definitely help make you a little bit faster. As long as you actually touch the ground instead of running just above it. Running through this section will definitely make it a lot faster. Or you can just use the... If you don't have the... Oops, sorry about that. If you don't have the speed shoes, you can just use the spin dash to help get along there a lot faster. But, you know, there we go. Thankfully not as difficult as I thought it would be. The S-rank time is 6, so if the pink gear sections don't give you too much trouble, you should be able to get the S-rank pretty easily in this level. And so there you go. You can see some of the platforms are the color is being returned to them, so that means that is the last challenge for the for Classic Sonic here. Thankfully. Okay. Alright, so thankfully I'm here, kind of where I wanted to be. Doppelganger race for Modern Sonic definitely will not be easy, but it shouldn't be too difficult. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be the Doppelganger race, but oh well. Either way, anyway, so I'm just sitting here thinking about the difficult section of the 2D moving platform section, where you can use the rocket wisp to go up higher, will definitely be the hardest part, in which you can either gain or lose quite a bit of time. This section, if you can get through it fairly quickly, you will gain quite a bit of time here, but you have to know the right path to go, and you don't want to let anything slow you down too much. Staying up higher will definitely make it a lot faster to go, but this is also a little bit more dangerous because of these platforms that will fall out from underneath you if you're not careful, as well as the enemies that can shoot you. There are several enemies around here. You know, these buzz bombers, you know, for one thing, and the caterpillars there. Oh, I guess I missed the... I guess you have to hit that buzz bomber and then use the light speed dash through there. I'm doing okay. You know, using the enemies to your advantage will definitely help. Ah, crap! Not hitting those, and all they do is just slow you down. I haven't seen one kill me yet. I don't think they do though. careful through there. This section will also make you lose quite a bit of time if you're not careful. You're just taking damage from just different things around. There we go. Alright, going into these 2D sections, sadly. I will say the Rocket Wisp is a lot funner to use than the Pink Wisp, just because it's a lot more user friendly. You don't have to worry about too much, and you can also move it around. Unlike in Sonic Colors, you could not move it around the rocket. Crap. Yeah, there's another section where you can lose quite a bit of time if you're not careful, just because the missiles. Alright, we'll just go on the lower section, because those platforms do disappear if they do fall, so there's nothing you can do. See here, using the wall jump would definitely have made that a lot quicker, but sadly, Sega decided to turn it into a gimmick rather than something useful, and so you can't. But I won't complain too much about it. Yeah, this section you can also gain. You can gain quite a bit of time here, and also lose quite a bit of time here. Just wait. It depends on whether you can time the saws just right or not. If you have to lose a lot of time on the saws, then you'll definitely mess yourself up. Oh wow, crap! Just about had it. I kind of hesitated right there at the end. Just a fraction of a second too slow. That's why you kind of don't want to boost through there, but because this is a race, you do kind of have to boost while going through here. There we go. You just don't boost at the last one. That won't kill your time, and it shouldn't make it too difficult. There we go. You could probably to get the most out of the tricks, you could probably do 2 fast ones and then just do 2 slow ones, and then the final trick. That'll definitely help you out. But yeah, this is the sections that I was talking about, where you could gain quite a bit of time. Not this section in particular. This section will actually go pretty fast. It's the sections that are higher up, where you can use the Rocket Wisp to gain quite a bit of time. Sadly, you cannot boost with the orange rocket. That would definitely make it a lot more useful to try to gain some time on like one of these races. The one good thing I will definitely say about the Pink Wisp is that you can boost. That's if you have boost, you can. Or I guess it has its own little spin dash. So if you want to use the spin dash, you can, but not with the rocket, sadly. And this might actually be a bad idea going up through here, because this is slower, because you have to wait for the saws. You have to time it just right with the saws and everything. But I'm hoping. Nope. Okay. Actually, it looks like it's actually pretty fast, and that's what I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping it'll do anyway. Definitely seems to be going a little bit better. Ah, crap. And then they disappear into the ground. You can stomp them, however, so that does help you out. But I'm losing quite a bit of time through this section, sadly. But I'm right there, so I'm not too concerned about it. You're just using anything you can to help gain. Oh, crap! No. This is gonna drop me way down here, and I'm having to restart this challenge, which I don't want to do. Alright. He's not quite here where I am, so that helps. Just be careful here. I don't remember what messed me up to make me fall. Until I actually see him around here, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But he is right around me, so that is kind of worrying me a little bit, especially because this section is so slow. But, you know, if it's slow for me, it's slow for him as well. Oh, crap. Forgotten that you have to go over here to get this. Alright, that's it. Nope. One more. And now we add frickin' missiles. I doubt that there's actually a height limit that you can jump to that will mess, like if you jump too low, I don't think it'll mess you up. For most cases there, I definitely don't think it will, because you have to get through that last bit anyway, and it does kind of speed you up there. At the end, I believe once you're into that kind of cutscene-ish scene where it's blasting through that last barrier, I don't think, no matter how low you go, if you can at least get to that section, I don't think it'll mess you up at all. You know, you shouldn't have any a hard time with it at all. It should just be very easy, very simple to get up through there. And so now the rest of them should be up top. I'm hoping anyway. I believe they will be. These, you know, obviously in these three, but then that one over there, so I'll just wait to get that one. That will be the last one that I go after. I'll just worry about the ones up here. But yeah, thankfully the doppelganger race wasn't too difficult. Action master, wall jump, stomp, and light speed dash your way to the goal before time runs out. So pretty much just play the level normally, like you know, or play the level like you would normally, or play it like a level from Sonic Unleashed. pretty much, you know, because you use the wall jump, the stomp, and the light speed dash in well, not so much the light speed dash, but you know, the jumping and the jumping and the stomping, and the wall jump and the stomping. That's actually pretty cool. This is one of the first. Oh no, I guess I was thinking that was snow, not like little light spheres or whatever those are. So I was gonna say that's actually pretty cool, because you don't see too many. This would have been the first and only seasonal change. You know, usually you have time of day changes, but this would have been the first seasonal change. But sadly, it's just little light spheres or whatever those are. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure that these will actually kill you if you are not careful. So you want to be careful while going through here. Don't want to boost too much. Just take your time. If you're not going after the S rank, if you are going after the S rank, all I can say is just practice. That will help you out in the long run. Doing things like that will help. Well, I guess this is pretty much use every move available to you and get to the goal in time. As you can pretty much, you know, you've seen pretty much everything. The wall jump, the homing, come on. The wall jump, the homing attacks, you know, has been useful, everything, so. And there we go. That's not too difficult. That was actually pretty fun. And because it is so short, you can it's pretty easy to get the S rank as long as you know what you're doing, which will probably take practice to learn the exact paths and the exact routes that you actually have to take. But you know, all in all, it was actually pretty fun and not too difficult. So I'm glad, you know, the last challenges on the last zone are actually being pretty easy. Tropical Resort from Sonic Colors. Alright, so cool. This brought me right where I needed to be. Cart challenge. Ride the cart and get to the goal safely in time. Okay, so it was just riding on those carts or moving platforms here in this level. Which shouldn't be too difficult. You can use the boost while you are on them, so you know that will help save a little bit of time if you need to. Yeah, let's see. They do move very slow by themselves, so you know that will take a little bit of time to actually get to them. What the? Oh, okay. So I guess if you jump, you can't actually use the homing attack on, or the. You might have been able to use the boost, but I couldn't use the homing attack, which is what I wanted to do to get through those orange dash rings. Or maybe just in certain situations you can use the boost, or not the boost, but the homing attack. And you can blow through carts that are in your way, so that's always useful to do. You know, if there are any platforms that are carts that are in your way. Now the buttons here, you have to be fast, because they will. They're kind of on a timer. You can hear you may be able to hear the clicks from the buttons turning off, and the platforms. Those blue boxes disappearing. And yeah, you know, as you saw, I did take damage on the cart, but thankfully it did not immediately throw me off and kill me. You know, obviously if you don't have any rings, it will kill you, but as long as you have some rings, it shouldn't be too bad. I usually don't take damage in the carts either, you know, anyway, so I'm not too familiar with the damage system with the carts, but I don't think it would be too bad. So yeah, these are actually pretty useful. I won't say that one was fun, but it wasn't difficult, you know, so that's always very nice once they give you the last set of challenges being the easiest, but there is still one more, or actually two more, that I have to do. The friend challenge could be difficult, and the other, whatever this one is, that technique challenge could be difficult as well. Alright, so that one's going to go down. Artwork 129. And I guess I'll go ahead and do this one since I'm already here. Orange Rocket Blast Off. Use the orange wisp to turn the orange rocket and reach the goal in time. So don't worry, this is actually for Planet Wisp. There are no boss challenges, thankfully. That would have probably been pretty difficult if they had actually added that. And there, you know, I don't know, they probably it would have been nice for the rival challenges, you know, like with Shadow and Silver somewhat, but I wouldn't say not so much with Metal Sonic, but definitely with Shadow. You know, I am disappointed that rival race is actually so short. It's actually my favorite rival race out of all of them. Okay. It's always nice whenever they don't tell you exactly where you need to go. I guess you're supposed to jump up and look before you turn into the Rocket Wisp. Alright, so you can see there's a orange rocket here. Ah, crap. So that wasn't able. I don't think you can actually get up there in either way. You know, whether you can use the light speed dash or not. Now, thankfully, you don't get thrown out of the Wisp if you do take damage. You just lose the rings, similar to the Pink Wisp. And you can see there, once you are busting through the platforms, you will not actually, you know, no matter how late you jump, you will not take damage, thankfully. I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go, so I guess I'll just jump back. Oh, okay. It does, I wish they would have fixed the start, you know, the time it takes to get to the rocket. You know, that is still pretty slow. It was slow in Sonic Colors, and sadly it is slow in this game, which kind of makes it not too fun to use. You know, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not the one of my favorite things to use, you know, over and over again, just because it takes so long to actually use. I'm sure there's a Rocket Wisp around here somewhere, or the right path that you're supposed to go along. Okay. So I guess, oh, okay. Ah, that's not fair. How in the world are you supposed to get to that one? Okay, so you can actually drop out of the, stop from using the Rocket Wisp, so that may not be actually how you're supposed to do it. Oh, okay, there you go. But you may be able to drop out of it and then use the boost if you can get the timing right and everything. And not too difficult. Not fun, but not difficult. Kind of like the last one. It definitely wasn't fun, but any Wisp challenge where you're not using the pink Wisp is definitely good in my book. Alright, so let's see which one is this. This one's gonna go down. Oh crap. There we go. So artwork 130. Sadly, yeah, I was gonna say I have to go back this way, but I don't have to actually go all the way to the left side of Crisis City. I can just jump up here and then bounce on those balloons to get to this ally challenge where I need to go. Oh no, actually you have to. Oh yeah, I guess you have to go back up all the way to the left side. That stinks. But oh well. Just careful not to fall through this section. Alrighty. Charmy high in the sky. Press triangle to call Charmy to create a path so you can reach the goal in time. So this is pretty much just playing as Charmy. Or this is what's considered as playing as Charmy. And then, you just have to use him to create a path for you to get up. It probably won't make you use the Rocket Wisp if you don't like the Rocket Wisp. It's probably kind of like the Blaze Challenge where they didn't. And I guess in the Blaze Challenge they did. Oh. Okay, that's actually pretty. That's actually pretty cool. So you can just keep using it over and over, and it is pretty wide. But you still want to be careful. Like I almost jumped off there at the start. Okay. And you do gain a little bit of height once you use the vortex. You do a little hop so that you can gain a little bit of height as well. Now this is where it does get difficult here. As you're trying to go up, you can either take damage or just time it a little bit better than what I did. Thankfully, they gave you a checkpoint there. If you do take damage with these missiles, just have a bunch of trouble, like I'm having, sadly. Let's get up here quickly. Obviously, before the boxes disappear. That was the wrong way. Oh, I'm supposed to go up here and just race the rockets. And there you go. Once you get past the platforms, you should be safe. Alright. Timing through there as well to help you out. Remember, you can call on it a numerous amount of times, so you don't have to worry about, you can do what I just did and not have to worry about falling, which is definitely very useful. Just so you don't have to wait on anything, which is always useful. And I'm glad they actually made it the way they did. You can use it an infinite amount of times, no matter where you want to. And you can also use it pretty frequently without having to worry about, Charmy. You can see him getting dizzy if you wait long enough, and you don't have to worry about him becoming undizzy or anything. You just use it whenever you want to. There is no penalty whatsoever. And there you go. So the Bonds of Friendship is complete all of the friend challenges. I haven't talked about the trophies all that much, but mission 100%, complete all of the challenges. All 90, 45 for classic and 45 for modern Sonic. And so there we go. So this is the last musical note, thankfully. And you can see what Planet Wisp looks like completed. You know, all the way with color. Come on. There we go. Diamond Dust Zone. Diamond Dust. That might be from Knuckles Chaotix, which was a Sega 32X game. I'll have a look. I'll take a look at it really quickly. And I was actually wrong for a lot of those songs. Not every single one of them, but a few of them, and I'll point them out here. Okay, Diamond Dust. Let's see where's Diamond Dust at. Special stage. The special stage that I got for the challenges was actually for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 instead of for Sonic 1. Sonic special stage bonus challenge, which I got with the Diamond Dust Zone, Sonic 3D Blast. Okay, that was actually my bad. I love Sonic 3D Blast. So there you go. But anyway, so that's it. That's all the challenges done. I thank you for watching. There is no trivia for the challenges at all. Any any info about it, if you know, there is none for the individual challenges or anything like that. So I do apologize for not being able to show that off. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I've included all the challenges, so I thank you for watching. Again, no challenges video. I will be doing the Red Star rings next, and you know, and in that video I'll go ahead and buy some skills. I won't buy any right now, just for time. You can see there is Wintos right above Sonic's head. You can see there where I'm jumping. There's Wintos, the hand puppet from Sonic Unleashed. That not Wintos. I mean Wintos' Chow puppet that Wintos carried around with. You can actually see two of them there. But anyway, so again, thanks for watching. Until next time.